Oh my life, and welcome to another day on the roller coaster. Morning everyone. As you can see, Bailey is still on his Nintendo Switch that he happened to bring with him.
I'm psychic, what can I say?
You're psychic, I know. So we've had a great night's sleep. I think I've had more sleep than I've had in the last couple of months. It was a lovely, really comfortable hotel. I've just spoken to Jeff and I believe that Klaus is on his way, should be with the lorry by 11:30, so with any luck he can get it sorted and we'll be up at Rainbow by about 1 o'clock hopefully. So yeah, that's the plan for the day. Bailey and I have just checked out of the lovely Feathers Hotel where they were so kind to us, but unfortunately we can't get a taxi. So we're going to start, much to Bailey's disgust, the 3.5 mile walk.
I just suggested it.
Yeah, but you didn't want to do it.
Well, yeah, that was before we couldn't get a taxi. Also, it's not just 3.5 miles. That makes me sound like a wimp. It's a climbing at 902 foot.
Yeah, it is quite a steep climb, but it's fine. You know,
you inquired to leave out that detail.
It's good to be out and being active. So we're gonna start that trek now. We've had a nice little walk around Helmsley and visited the Helmsley outdoor shop, where Bailey had to get a jacket because we didn't have one for him. What did you get? You got yourself a little souvenir.
His name's Humphrey the Highland.
He's very cute.
Yes, and I love him.
Aww. Right, come on, let's go walking.
Yay!
We'll say goodbye to Helmsley.
Bye-bye.
Bye! And climb up our first hill, which Bailey's not happy about. It's a very noisy road and slightly dangerous to be walking along, but nice when you get little moments like this with all the little snowdrops out. Lovely. Is that lovely, Bailey?
Yeah.
Are you a little tired?
Yeah.
It's our half-term adventure. Sorry, it's a bit noisy here. We're actually in the middle of the Yorkshire Moors. Hopefully by the time we get there, Klaus, who's coming over from JGH, our mechanics, will be there and we'll have it fixed. If not, then hopefully if we're not there, he'll come and pick us up. Because it's quite a hilly walk and I'm tired.
I'm not having fun and I'm tired.
Oh, you're not having fun really. Are you not?
No.
No. The good news is that the boys are oblivious, they're happy. I've spoken to Rainbow this morning, so we'll be with them hopefully early afternoon and have them back home by this evening. Only 1.5 miles to go.
Oh, thank God. Can't do another. This is the last walk for a while.
Really?
Yes.
Are you contemplating life?
I'm just contemplating why I agreed to this.
You suggested it.
I mean, why I agreed to come with you.
Oh, you're not loving your mummy and son time.
Of course I love you. You should be. On some levels, I am glad I came.
Yeah.
So you're not alone.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. You've got lovely rosy cheeks.
I know. And a snotty nose. And a cough.
How far away are we now, Bailey?
0.65 miles.
I've never been so excited to see the horse box. Bailey, look, it's up there. And it looks like there's a vehicle in front of it, so let's hope that's Klaus there fixing it. Unfortunately, not as straightforward as we hoped. Okay, still not going to plan. Turns out the lorry's got 4 injector pipes, one of which has burst. we can't find a DAF dealer locally that has the spare part, so Klaus is going to head off to go to a local bike shop to get a ball bearing to then seal off that injector so that we can go and get the boys and get home. It means that the truck is going to lose power, but you know, we're not in a rush to get back, are we? We can go nice and slow, so quite frustrating, but we get there. Never seen into the engine of the lorry before. It's quite fascinating. The little cab is going back into place. Klaus has managed to work out which piston it was that needed blocking off. So the smoke has cleared now and we should be on our way. We're back on the road. It took a long time. So what, 4 or 5 hours later than we'd hoped. It wasn't straightforward, and then there was a problem getting the cab back into place. But Klaus has been really kind, and he's actually going to follow us down to the vets just to triple check that everything's okay and we're good to travel them all the way home. Okay, I'm going to try and smile now, but I have to say I just got really angry and really grumpy because the sat-nav took us on a route that took us down into a housing estate. So although it was Rainbow Lane, we then got down into the housing estate and it said that there was no access to Rainbow Equine. So we've just had to go through the town. I've lost our mechanic, but I'm hoping he's going to find us in a minute. But we are literally just round the corner from the boys now.
Oh, hooray!
You just want to confuse me. Okay,
Fine.
right.
Okay, so we've got Bear's discharges here. It's sort of got everything that he's been through since he's been here. So MRI, CT, you've got all the images in there as well for you to have a look at. Ultrasound scans, and then you've got a sort of summary as well, just to let you know the sort of conclusive imaging findings.
Okay.
He's had his fetlocks medicated as well, and his suspensory branches shock-waved, and that's when he had the bandages on the other day. They've been removed now, so he's all fine, just to go home with some Inflacam. So you've got some Inflacam sachets in there for you, just in there.
Okay.
One sachet already once a day, just for 5 days.
Right.
So he's been on it sort of since the imaging,
Okay.
6 months time,
Yeah.
and 6 month mark as well. So obviously you can just keep going and sort of monitor his progress.
Yeah.
He should be waiting over there, isn't he?
Right, so that's him.
Nero, a few less pages there for you.
Yes.
So this just sort of talks about, just briefly really, why he came in and the fact that he had his heart refused. Medication-wise, he's just got Butte to go home with, and that's 1 sachet orally twice a day for 3 days, and then once a day for another week. So he's been.
So has he finished his antibiotics?
He's finished his antibiotics.
Right, okay.
Yes, he finished them quite quickly,
Yeah.
sort of post-surgery, and he's been absolutely fine.
Okay.
We've done the last bandage change this morning, and the incision all looked absolutely fine as well.
Wonderful.
He does look a little bit sorer in the box and when he first sort of gets up,
Yeah.
but when you get him moving, he looks much more comfortable.
Right.
So for that reason, we've just got a couple of doses of paracetamol, just in case you
I
notice.
really don't need it. I have
that's
so
fine.
much paracetamol at home.
Oh,
Yeah,
fine.
because I had him on it. So yeah, if you want to keep that
Fine.
here, that's fine.
But his dose is 20 tablets.
Morning and evening.
Yes, it can
Yeah.
be up to twice a day. So obviously you just, as you see fit, really.
See
Yes,
how he is.
definitely.
Okay.
Fine. Yes, the bandage change needs to be done every 2 to 3 days, and just to continue for another 2 to 3 days after the suture removal. And that's to be done with your own vet on around the 20th of February if you can.
Right. Okay.
And then it's just 1 more bandage after the sutures are out. Got a pressage on at the moment, and that's just sort of a compression bandage. And underneath that, he's got some soft band as well, which is just a soft layer.
He's very quiet for him. He must be feeling quite sorry for himself. Oh, little man. Hey, you gonna come home? Hey?
He was nice and lively early when he was getting his bandage changed.
Sure he was. He's gonna really struggle with the box rest.
But he's been really good. He's been eating all of his food, passing plenty of droppings.
Yeah.
All his checks have been completely within normal limits.
Okay, perfect.
So in that respect, you know, he's been perfect. He couldn't have
Yeah.
been any better.
Oh, darling, you're sorry for yourself. So meds-wise today, he's had, what's he had?
Meds-wise today, he's had a gram of bupe this morning, so just a sachet.
Yeah.
And he's also had some paracetamol as well. Just because we noticed that he was a tiny bit sore when he sort of stood up and walked straight out. But once he got walking for a little bit, just loosen up and he looks much better.
Right. I'm just wondering whether he'll take another bupe now before we travel, because I know it's too soon for the paracetamol.
Definitely, and it's almost about meds time for him anyway, so we can definitely give him a bupe now, just to make sure he's comfy.
Because it's going to take us 4 hours getting home, so...
And then by the time you get home, it'll be time for another paracetamol,
But, yeah.
if you did want to give him another dose.
Yeah. Everyone's wondering how you are. Eh? I've not seen him this quiet.
He's been much more lively than this.
I'm sure. It's the end of the day. You thought you could go to bed, but you've got to get in the lorry now. You've got to get in the lorry now.
Fine, so I'll just get him some bupe sorted then, shall I?
Okay, that would be wonderful. And we'll get, I'm only going to bandage there,
yeah.
just to give him a little bit of extra support. Thank you, darling.
Bye, Nero.
Sorry, I lost you.
I knew something smelled.
It's leaking diesel now. Klaus did manage to track us down and followed us.
Thank you very much, Klaus.
And noticed that we were actually leaking diesel as well.
Hooray, another problem to add to the pile.
So he's... Thank goodness he followed us here. Oh, little Teddy, you ready to come home? Yeah. Kirsty's just given him his bupe before travelling because he is quite quiet and he was resting this when I walked in, so as it's close to evening it makes sense because we've got a long journey. So these are the injector pipes here, and the second one there was the one that had blown. And then the first one at the top is the one that's been leaking diesel as we made our way over here.
How fun!
And now the cab's coming back down into place once again. We've also managed to park the lorry on their loading ramp. So this is one ramp, and then this is another ramp that they have. This is what we'd like to have at the farm one day, because it just stops them having to push so hard with their back legs as they go up, because if you imagine that down on the ground, it's quite a steep angle, and if they're quite weak behind or they've got an injury, it's harder for them to do. Can you do it though, Bailey? Can we load you? Yeah, maybe that's not a good look for the video. You nutcase. You're a nutcase, Bailey. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Good boy. Okay.
Good boy.
Well done. He's keen.
He's very keen.
He woke.
Good boy. You can do it.
Hard work, isn't it? It's hard work. Sore leg.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Come on. He's like, really good horse.
Good boy. There's your buddy there. There's your buddy.
Mind your bum over, bud. Go inside, you're coming back out.
Shift your bottom. Go on, shift your bottom. Well, we've just stopped on the way back. It's 7:30 now. They've both got a little bit warm in here. There's Nero in his lovely bright head collar. He's the teddy bear. Unfortunately, our sat-nav, Google Maps, has ended up taking us a way that I didn't want to go because the roads are quite twisty-turny again. But fortunately Klaus is still behind us. We are still leaking a little bit of diesel, but he's being absolutely fantastic and following us all the way back. And I've just got them some carrots to give him a little treat while we stop. I have to admit, there's not a lot that phases me, but I am a bit fed up now. I just want to get these guys home. Oh, teddy bear. Is that tasty? So we're about probably an hour and 45 minutes away. So hopefully won't be too bad a drive. We've just literally pulled up at the yard. We're going to get the boys off now, get them tucked up into bed and get to bed ourselves. I'm gutted that we ran out of time because we had a very kind invitation from Tara, who's got the Frisian Apollo over in Yorkshire. She'd said that we were passing her and would we like to call in. We would have loved to, but if we had done that, then we probably wouldn't have been back much before midnight. So Tara, thank you for the invitation and maybe another day.
We have arrived back at home. We're in, finally, a normal, familiar place. I'm doing the commentary for once.
Yeah.
Fun.
It's nearly 10 o'clock.
It's not been a fun ride.
And even by my standards, that was a long day.
Thank you. It's been a long 2 days, let's be honest.
It has.
Like,
But we're back here.
thank
It was a
goodness.
long, slow journey back. But the most important thing is we've got these beautiful boys on here.
Hooray! Got little Nero and little Bear hiding in the back.
Nero, don't stick your head under there, sweetheart,
That's
'cause
not a good idea.
You'll knock your head.
And we don't want that, do we?
No, right.
Since we've just got you back from the vet,
Do you
so we'd
want
rather
to-
not take you back.
He's going to be very, very tired.
Just like me.
I know, I've got 3 tired boys here. Oh, he's a very good boy. You're going to be very careful. Yeah, you take your time. Take your time. Yeah, you're back home.
Oh,
You're
so
back
it's gone.
home.
Oh yeah, it's back on again.
Just be very careful. Just make your way.
Come on.
Well done.
Good boy.
Are you okay? It's okay. Teddy bear's going to come off in a minute as well. That's it. Well done. Good boy.
Good boy. Good boy. Oh, smart little man. It is freezing outside tonight. That's how glad I've been in a nice warm lorry.
So there we go. Little Nero's in.
Hooray! He's back home where he
I'll come and
belongs.
sort your bandage out in a minute, sweetheart. He's christening his bed straight away. He has got probably a little bit more restless than Nero has. It was not the best roads we ended up coming on.
No, we ended up getting redirected.
Come on, sweetheart. Nice and gentle. Okay? Okay. Be very careful.
Poor little dude.
Yeah. In your own time. No, sorry, it's a bit steep.
Good boy.
Alright?
Oh. Good man.
Good lad.
Oh. Yay. You're back home. Oh, don't just tell me about it.
Oh, gorgeous. There you go. You
Back
can go to bed in
home.
a minute. I'll get you a jumper on. Bailey,
Yeah?
while I sort these out, I think that you should get in and get to bed as well.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
I'd just like to say, and I'm sure you'll all agree, what an absolute star Bailey has been supporting me through all of this and accompanying me for 2 days. And we haven't fallen out once, have we?
Surprisingly not.
I know.
I know. So rare.
Amazing. Yes, anyway, you go and get some sleep.
Yay.
Mwah.
Hooray,
And I'll
my
see
dad.
you later. Good night.
Night-night.
That's all his bandages off and he's tucking into his haylage. And it was really interesting to hear from the ladies over at Rainbow how both Bear and Nero in the evening quite happily lay down, which of course a lot of horses don't do in a new environment. You can see on the side here where his legs have been shaved, where he's had his joint injections and his ultrasound. And I just look at them and I just think, I have to support them. Nero's having a roll. That's actually good because the ladies at Rainbow said to me that sometimes he looked quite uncomfortable when he got up from a roll. So I'm really pleased with that actually. I'm glad that he had the butte before he left, and I'm just soaking his paracetamol for him to have now. Do you want to know what your care programme is now? I've got all your notes here. Okay, so you've had the first round of shockwave therapy. To have 2 more rounds of shockwave therapy in 2 and 4 weeks' time. I've got to arrange for Chris to come and put some support shoes on his hind feet with plantar heel extensions of 1 inch beyond the heel. And he'll have to have front shoes on as well. So I'll be speaking to Chris about that tomorrow. Basically, in 3 to 6 months' time, if he's comfortable, then we need to look at repeating the Paston x-rays and doing the ultrasound. They've gone on to talk about the different surgery options. If the hind fetlocks start to sink further, there is a risk of suspensory breakdown, which can obviously be fatal, which is what we're going to do our best to try and avoid. Do you want to hear about your programme? Okay, medication. You've got to have a butte twice a day for 3 days. Plus paracetamol if you're not very comfortable. Okay, does that sound good? Oh, my darling. Box rest until your bandages are removed. And then 2 weeks of walking from the box, 10 minutes twice daily. Then a small paddock turnout for a further 4 weeks. And then a slightly bigger paddock for 2 months. We've then got to see how his lameness is looking. If he still looks as bad, then we're going to need to give him another 2 months of rest. If it still persists after 6 months, then he just needs to have light exercise and walking and maybe a little bit of trot, as long as the lameness isn't severe, because it is going to take up to 12 months for the final outcome to be achieved. A bandage change in a couple of days, because he had it changed this morning. Sutures will be removed on the 20th of February, and that's handy because Sam, I've already got booked in to come down on the 21st of February. And it's nice to see he's a little bit brighter now. I might be cursing that in a few days, because once he's feeling a little bit better, you know he's going to be very cheeky. But it's so good to have him home. Isn't it, little man? I'm going to go and get some sleep myself now. Yes. Good night. Mwah. That's a big kiss from all your fans. A big, big kiss from all your very, very wonderful fans. Are you going to take my hat off again? Don't take my hat off. Yeah, you're a good boy. And then the next thing is going to be getting rid of this. Because if he's going to be a full-time member of the family, I'm afraid the beard has to go. No arguments. I might even have my nails done, especially for the occasion, so that they're in rainbow colours. What do you think? Mwah. Mwah. Right, night, Angel.